All right. So turn that down. Oh, maybe my. Okay. That's where it's supposed to be. Mic working. So you've seen the title, Chris Cuomo, eludes military capture. But before we get to the news, I want to do an advertisement. And I'm going to ask you to do a little bit of work, because on December 10th at 10 a.m., I think, I got to check it, I'm going to be interviewing inoculation, or an anti-inoculation, as it were. I mean, he's being treated as if he were an anti-inoculation person. But who is this person? This person is Steve Kirsch. And Steve Kirsch was the inventor of the optical mouse, Silicon Valley, self-made, he's made 7 companies. All right. He's the entrepreneur behind 7 companies. And he's very much into the early treatment of the Kung flu. I'm going to be interviewing him at 10 a.m., I think, on December 10th. I put it out because I want to be able to have you guys do your job and get as many people to watch the show. And I don't have a link for this yet. I have to actually do homework and figure out how to do it. I guess we're either going to do Zoom or StreamYard. And so it's going to go up probably, I'm thinking, on Tom Youngjohn 4. Because I don't have any strikes on that channel. I don't even have a warning on that channel. So if it gets deleted right away, and I want it to be saved into, I'm not going to read the comments until after I'm done with this. I want it to be saved into either Zoom or into Yard or StreamYard. So then I can upload it. If that gets deleted, I can upload it onto BitChute. I can upload it onto Telegram. Or I can upload it somewhere else, maybe. But you guys, whoever watches this video, has homework, and that homework is to go get as many people to watch the guy has made $230 million. Okay, he is the inventor of the optical mouse. And he's on our side, okay? And he's just been permanently deleted from Twitter, okay? So you guys have homework, whoever watches this and who cares has homework. And I don't have a link. I think it's going to be on Tom Youngjohn 4, December 10th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. All right. So I haven't actually read the article more than enough to, so this is my first read of this article. Again, I'll read any comments after. This is the first read of my article. So you're going to see me reading this article for the first time. I skimmed it just enough to know that I'm going to be going and doing all 3. So first, not Joe Christian. Second, a straight read at Tom Youngjohn 3, and then the real one over with the general's voice that some people are irritated by on Tom Youngjohn 4. And so let's hop into the news. Why not? Chris Cuomo eludes military capture, and I've got to remember not to use the general's voice in this rendition. Oh, this is by Michael Baxter, a pseudonym, I believe, since he doesn't really seem to appear anywhere before the end of last year. Chris Cuomo, and at RealRawNews.com, I have a link down in the description box down below. And December 2nd, 2021. Chris Cuomo, disgraced liberal media host and brother to the late Andrew Cuomo, eluded a military dragnet Tuesday evening, shortly after his former employer, CNN, and his deep secret handshake state allies threw him under the bus in response to revelations that he had violated journalism ethics to spy on behalf of his brother. On Tuesday, CNN CEO Jeff Zucker, himself a deep secret handshake state stooge, divorced himself and CNN from Chris Cuomo, aka Fredo, after Chris's text messages to Melissa DeRosa, Andrew's former secretary, became a matter of public record. Zucker had previously defended Chris Cuomo's support of his brother. Everyone makes mistakes, but dumped him when fellow deep secret handshake staters unanimously agreed that he had outlived his usefulness. An Office of Military Commissions source, speaking under condition of anonymity, told Real Raw News that the OMC and JAG had received back channel intelligence indicating that the deep secret handshake state intended to sever ties with Chris Cuomo and cut him loose. Shortly after midnight Tuesday, U.S. Marine raiders working on orders from Marine Corps Commandant General David H. Berger descended on Chris Cuomo's home in Southampton, New York, believing they would catch him unaware and sulking over his woes. Inaccurate intelligence reports said that Cuomo had left CNN's Manhattan headquarters for his Long Island home late that evening. A Marine reconnaissance team in civilian vehicles had followed what they thought was Cuomo's 2020 Mercedes SUV to the domicile, but soon realized the man they were tracking was not Chris Cuomo. In short, Cuomo had used a decoy vehicle, ostensibly because he had been tipped off to the raid. Upon reaching the residence, Marines detained an unidentified man who matched Cuomo's physique. He had worn a wig and theatrical makeup to more closely mimic Cuomo's appearance. When questioned, he refused to give up the real Cuomo's location, telling the Marines, You're too late. Our source said he was taken into custody pending identification. 3 hours after the botched raid, however, JAG received what it called credible evidence on Cuomo's escape. While Marines detained the fake Cuomo and rifled through the home for incriminating evidence, the real Chris Cuomo was boarding a Cessna 340, a twin-engine general aviation aircraft, at Republic Airport in Farmingdale, New York. Our source declined to say how the military acquired said evidence, but offered the following comment. We know the plane's registration and the name of the pilot. We know if it had been full fuel load, it has a range of 1,400 miles. We also know the pilot did not file a flight We also know the pilot did not file a flight plan and that at least one additional passenger was on board when it took off around midnight. The plane didn't return to Republic, and no controlled airport has reported seeing the plane. The vast majority of the country's airports are non-towered. There are approximately 20,000 non-towered strips, each able to accommodate a Cessna 340 compared to 500 nationwide airports with control towers. We're working to find the plane and believe it will narrow down Cuomo's location, our source said. In closing, Real Raw News is aware that Chris Cuomo has since responded to his CNN suspension on his Sirius XM satellite radio show, but that can be broadcast from anywhere and beamed to Sirius XM dishes. If the arrogant and hubristic Hubristic Cuomo routinely takes to the airwaves from his hidden location. He will inadvertently aid JAG's mission to bring him to justice. So remember to love God and try to be good.